of late we have seen a lot of data coming in the press, both the press and the electronic media, on our EV bus service. Various routes have been specifically mentioned. A lot of theories have come forth. A lot of it is a misconception, and we thought of clarifying what is the exact status of the EV buses which are running in 7 loops in Panjim, and how it has progressed over the past 6 months. Whatever data is being given is jointly collated by IPCTL as well as the KTCL, the depot manager of KTCL Panaji, who's monitoring it. Girish is here. You will come and sit here also. And it is a joint effort, both in IPCTL, where we do a lot of data crunching research on how the routes are operating, where there is footfall, what timings. A lot of data crunching is going on, and somehow we are adjusting the route to get maximum efficiency both for the people as far as the revenue is concerned. As you all know, there are 48 buses which is part of this whole system. They are of 12 meter, 9 meter and 7 meters, and they are deployed in 7 routes. Now all 7 routes are within the greater Panaji area, and a lot of ticketing is based on a digital app, Smart Tickets. Now you can see in July 2024 we started the bus service, and in the months of July, August, September and October we were more or less on a trial phase to run these buses. It was not easy to run the loops, check how the passengers respond to it. Actually, service started in late November, December, where all the routes were operational and all the timings were more or less set. So, if you see, from the revenue point of view, it has grown from around 6.49 lakhs when we started our trial phase in July to last month in March. We generated a revenue of 27.24 lakhs. And the total kilometers which we are running has grown from 10,942 kilometers in July to March. We ran almost 1,18,567 kilometers. So it's a quantum jump. And the earnings per kilometer has averaged out to 25.81 per kilometer. This is our earning. And this is the authentic figure. You can see on the graph, the green line shows the total revenue, how it has shown a steady increase, and how our kilometers are also increased. How have the passengers responded? Now you see, in July when we started the trial phase, in a month we took 61,000 odd passengers. In March, 2,14,000 passengers in that month boarded our buses, and the total kilometers was 1,18,000. So from 60,000 we have gone to 2,14,000. This is how progressively people have accepted our service and seen how this total passengers have grown. And mind you, the current system of buses is also existing. We are running a parallel operation, and all the private buses we have not touched. So on a total count, we have 16,92,000, almost 17 lakh passengers we have ferried from July to March. We have issued almost 19,500 cards, smart cards. Both KTCL is issuing cards which can be read by our buses. Our bus cards are being issued, can be read on the readers in our buses as well as KTCL buses. It is a hybrid system. So if you buy a card with IPCTL, it doesn't mean that KTC will refuse your card. You can tap it on KTC bus also. If you buy a KTC card, you can tap it on IPCTL bus. Backend has seen how the money is bifurcated and all. So ease of card tapping is there across the service of KTC as well as FCDL. We have merged this. So 19,500 cards which are issued, we have had people who have come from Pernem, they are tapping on KTC card, coming to Panaji, tapping on FCDL card and going back, and vice versa. There are people coming from Kankond also. There is a person coming in my office. He taps on KTC card at Chowdi in Kankond, gets off at Panaji, then taps on a Panaji bus card. It is seamless. So this is there. We have also seen that these 2,15,000 odd passengers which have come, they might have brought their own vehicles. Because 6 months back this was not there. We were zero. Actual work started only in December, January, where all the loops. From there we have moved to 2 lakh. We think that an emission rate of 66.5 tons per month of carbon dioxide we have saved. Lot of talk is done about digital revenue. The smart city mission was very clear. The buses will be conductorless. It will be digital payment, cashless. It is both ease for the passenger as well as it is effort to reduce cost of operation for FCDL. The conductor costs 10 rupees per kilometer on a national average. That is the cost we are saving on a conductorless bus. But the point we are making is, and the point which some media highlighted, is that when we do a digital transaction in a bus and we say it is conductorless, we do not accept cash. I will show you how we accept cash also. Though it is coming down, we have not brought it down, neither have we refused people. Now you check our cash revenue. In July, our digital revenue was just 10 rupees. It was almost zero. One person bought a ticket. I think it was me only. I only tapped the card. That was the one card. Nobody was doing digital. Check today, in March, digital revenue has gone to 9,31,000, which is 34% of my revenue. 34% of my revenue is digital. People have accepted it. So I don't want any diversion. These are facts and figures. This is the money come in digital. You can check. KTC is here, we are here, all our operators are here. When I say 34% has come digital, it means that people have accepted my cards. We have worked hard to disseminate these cards. We have put volunteers on the buses to show them how they can book on the app. All modes are employed. You can scan the app code. You can buy a ticket on the app. You can now, we are working to do GPay directly. That also will come in a few days' time. Card tap in, tap out is there. Credit card you can tap in, tap out. Even if you don't have a card, if you have a debit credit card, you can tap in, tap out. All modes of digital payment are there. We have worked hard to integrate our back-end services into this. So we have gone from a 0% digital rate to 34%. And there is also a cash component. 65% of revenue is still being collected by cash. So that don't tell us that revenue is not being collected by cash. It is being collected. These are our cash register figures. But you can see the growth from 0% to 34%. We are quite pleased with this growth. It does not need to change overnight, which we do not expect and we do not want to do. You can see this transition has taken 6 months. We will take another year, year and a half to get to fully cashless, but that's okay. But we will see people's convenience. And I will show you route wise how people have accepted this. Which are the conductorless routes and which should not create a confusion. The red route, which is Panjim Market, Taligaon, Donapaula. This has 6 buses. Out of 6 buses, we have transitioned 3 buses to conductorless. The Indigo route, which goes from Batlem to Santa Cruz, all 6 buses are conductorless today. Orange route, which is Mala Taligaon, all 4 buses are conductorless. And the green route, Altino and Church Square, all 6 buses are conductorless. These are conductorless routes. You can see how a pole mounted validator is there where people can tap in and tap out. Now take for example the 3 buses out of the 6 buses which are conductorless in the red route. Conductorless operation started in February 2025. With the introduction of digital revenue on this bus was there. It was 14,000 rupees 892 before February. February we made it conductorless, means it had to be fully with card or any other system. Digital revenue increased 152% to 37,590. And in March there was a further increase of 60%, which gave the revenue rise to 60,131. So today on this route, the digital revenue is 51.37%. 48% is still cash. Nobody can say we are not accepting cash on these. These are conductorless. The driver still accepts cash if you tender change and he taps the ticket. It is not that we are not accepting cash. We are accepting cash. But see the transition. From 0 we have gone to 51%. People have bought these cards and nobody is shooing them away. So if you see in January 19,000 odd passengers were counted on that. Now in February when 3 buses were made conductorless, there was a dip. There was a 60% dip. Also this bus had an issue because we had road closure in Smart City in February due to the Smart City road works. But see in March when the road opened, again the passengers went to 10,000 and there was a 33% increase. Let me go to the Indigo route now. The Indigo route goes to Bartlem and Santa Cruz. 6 buses. Totally all the buses are conductorless. So what are we saying? We were 0% digital revenue. Today this route in February was 99.87 digital. In March it was 89.86 digital. This is the revenue. And don't think that we didn't accept cash here. We still accepted cash. 10% revenue still came by cash in March. But we are transitioning. And this is how we want to go totally cashless. Now if you go to see earning per kilometer, it is also having a bearing on me for earning per kilometer. Earning per kilometer from 5 rupees, 8 rupees, 9 rupees, 10 rupees. Now it is stabilizing to 8 rupees in March. Of course in February when we started this conductorless, Bartlem route was totally closed because of the whole month of road closure in February at the Bartlem road. So only half the route was being operationalized. So it is not a full-fledged figure as far as revenue as passenger is concerned, but see the digital amount. And in March, see how we have bounced back when the route opened. January the route was open with conductor. We had 13,000 passengers. March, with the road closure in February, we opened with digital 16,420 passengers, 90% increase from February and almost 90% digital revenue. So people have accepted this. So you see how our blue graph, which is cash revenue, is coming down and the green graph is going up. Orange route, which again goes to Mala Taligaon. This route was also affected because in February we had a closed road system. It was not fully operational. But check, in March we had 12,065 passengers. Our earning per kilometer was 11 rupees and 91.92% was digital. 8% was cash. So this route also has grown. Now come to green route. Green route is basically for students of all the colleges in Polytechnic, in Art College, all the other colleges there. And digital revenue actually is better here because huge acceptability by the student community. See, in February, 99.98% digital. Only 0.02% was cash, and there was no decrease in passenger count. In fact, when it was digital, the passenger count went to 23.95, and in March it further went to 27,000. That is our passenger count on this route. Almost 96% digital. More because it's a young crowd. Students use it. Office goers use it. Many departments which are there, med department, all in the radio, factories and boilers. All these people use, staff, residents. It is doing fantastically well. Now we are the last three routes which are conductor bound routes. The yellow route, which is the main peripheral route which goes to Miramar, Dona Paula, Bambolim. Blue route, which goes into the city, which goes 18 June Road, Pharmacy College, all one, and the three buses of red route which we have not removed conductors. Basically, three routes are. So here also, though we have not pushed, which we are, as I said, we are taking time to transition. From a 0% digital revenue, last month it was a healthy 14% revenue, which we are okay. This is a large outer route. It gives us a lot of revenue also. Our earning per kilometer here is almost 28 rupees per kilometer. But again, the rise is 14%. So there is work to do here. Most of the tourists also use this route. We are trying to strategize how to make this route conductorless. Maybe we'll make some buses. But see our passenger count. We almost take 1,23,000 passengers. It is steadily growing. Then the central route. Central route which goes within the city. Our passengers have grown from 24,000 in Jan to 21,000 in Feb and 25,000 in March. And see our digital revenue. From 0% we have gone to 26.45%. We are now ready to make this conductorless because people have already accepted without our push 25%. Now when we push, we will immediately make it almost 90%. So this is also growing. So we are ready to do this conductorless. The violet route which goes to Mala and Santines, again without our push, though there is conductor, 26.81%, almost 27% is digital revenue. On its own, people are doing digital. So here also we are ready to go and we will slowly remove our conductors one by one. Then these are red routes where with our three buses which have conductors. Again 21% revenue. Here also we will remove. So our transition is progressing well. People are accepting it well, and there is no need to fear that there is any mismatch with any data. Thank you.
Are you satisfied with what you have achieved till date?
It is highly satisfying.
आणि पहिले टार्गेट किती आहे?
पळय आमचो टार्गेट 0 सान चालू जाला. आम्ही नको हल्ले कशे बसीस चलतले आणि कशे वतले ते. आज आमकां कळून आयला की खंय रुटार पणजे सेंट्रल रुटार आमकां खबर नाशिल्ली 18 जून रोडार बस चलतली की ना, लोक एक्सेप्ट करतलो की ना. आज ते 18 जून रोडार रोड इतली बस चलता आणि इतले लोकांक हे जाला, ताचे फायदो जाला की म्हाका दिसता ही खोशेची गोष्ट. आणि आमी सगळे कडेनी पळयल्या, आमी पाट्यार बस चलयता. पाट्यार लोकांक चलून वचचें पडटलें. सेंट्रल लायब्ररी आहा, LIC आहा, जायतीची ऑफिसां आहा, ते इन्कम टॅक्स ऑफिस आहा, आनी गव्हर्मेंट ऑफिसीस आहा आमी पाट्यार रूट केला बाटले मळा सांताक्रूज भितर तालिगांव भितर हे सगळे रूट केले हे अनसर्विस्ड आहले सर्विस आहली जाल्यार स्केलिटन सर्विस आहली आज आमी 15-15 मिनटांनी थंय बस धाडटा सो म्हाका दिसता लोकांनी हो आमचो प्रयत्न एक्सेप्ट केला आनी हो असो रूट प्लॅनिंगान जायतेशे रिसर्च जाल्लो आमी रूट बेश्टोच करूंक ना तर खंयच्यान वतले खंय पॅसेंजर येतले कॅचमेंट एरिया सोदून हे रूट काडलेले आसा आनी म्हाका दिसता लोकांची ही रिस्पॉन्स पळोवन आमकांय बी मातशी खुशी जाली.
Sir, in conductorless buses, no, cash is accepted.
Yes.
Okay.
The driver accepts the cash.
Yeah, so the issue is the driver say that whether they will pay attention to driving or they will collect cash.
No, the bus is stopped. It is not collected when it is. The bus stops. You only when you pay you can get in. And there is a very disciplined queue. On the move there is no chance because you have to tap and then move in. So if you don't tap, you have to pay and move in. You can't move in otherwise.
तुम्ही बाटले रुटाचो यूज केला म्हणून मेन्शन केला म्हणून विचारता अशें दिसून आयलां की बाटले रुटान तीन बशी वांगडाच चलता म्हणून रेल्वे बगी कशी हे टायम मॅनेजमेंट
कितें आहा न्ही
कशें कळपाचें खंयची बस
मातसो एनफोर्समेंट इश्यू आसा जायतेशे ब्लॉक्स जातात गाडयो पार्क करून जायते बाटल्या रुटार रोड नॅरो असल्या कारणान गाडी पार्क करून खंयच्याय शॉपार वता लोक वो आनी खंय वता बस उरता आमची आनी आमी 15-15 मिनटांनी तुमकां सांगलां तशी आमची बस वता सो केन्नाय हो फाटी फुडें तीच बस जाता जायते कडेनी रूट 2 रूट ते आतां बाटल्यांतल्यान 2 तरेच्यो बसी वता एक बाटल्यान वचून मळा वचून बस स्टँडार वता सांतिनेजच्यान एक बाटल्यांतल्यान मळा जंक्शनार वचून सांताक्रूज वता बांबोळे वता सो बसी तर तूं फाटाफट गेल्यो तांची दिशा वेगळी आसता डेस्टिनेशन वेगळें आसता सो लोकांक जाय त्यो बसी लोक घेतात
तुम्ही आता रूट कलर कोडिंग केल्या
हय.
पळय बशीत कलर कोडिंग केलं लोकांक कशें कळलं
ना आमी चिंतला लोकांनी आतां V1 V2 बी एक्सेप्ट केला आता बसी आमी तेच कलराच्यो त्याच कलराक घालतल्यो अशें जावपाक जायना ती बस सर्विसिंगाक दवरली जाल्यार आनी खंयची बस घालूंक मेळपाक जाय तो कलर काडलो जाल्यार लोकांक कन्फ्यूज जातले आज लोकांक खबर आसा वाटल्याक खंयची बस वता ते वायलट 1 वायलट 2 पळयता आनी लोकांक कळना
तुमचे ते डिस्प्ले जाता डिजिटल पळय तितली स्पीड आसता तेजी वाचपाकच मेळना
ना V1 V2 स्टॅटीक आसता सो आता लोकांक कळटा B1 येलो 1 जाल्यार भायल्यान आसता ते स्क्रोल जायना ते स्टॅटीक आसता सो लोकांक आमी एक म्हणटा येलो 1 एके सायडीन वता येलो 2 दुसरे सायडीन वता रायट हँड सायड लेफ्ट हँड सायड येलो 1 गोज अप येलो 1 गोज डावन लायक दॅट वायलट 1 गोज अप वायलट 2 गोज डावन तशें केलें आमी
स्मार्ट सिटीन आता कितले बशी आसा
48 बशी आसा ऑल आर रनिंग
Sir, all are disabled friendly.
More buses also.
No, we have all 48 buses. Actually, 40 are running, and around 8 buses are serviced on a day-to-day basis. No, they are serviced. So maybe midway also they change because servicing is extremely important. Nobody gives that stress.
Breakup of the 42 seaters.
So they are assigned route-wise. So if you go that 42-seater bus is only on the outer route. Yes, it does not come on any other route. Then if you go to the Altino and the 18 June road, those internal routes, they are the smallest 7-meter buses. The rest have 9 meters.
पयलींचे ओल्ड बसी आहा पळय ते अजून चालू आसा तेंचे कांय इश्यू आशिल्लो फाटले सर्वीस तेंचे कडेन उलयता तेंच्यांनी
ना पळय आमचो जो प्रोजेक्ट आसा हो एक्झिस्टिंग बसी मदींच चलता सो सरकारान असो निर्णय घेतिल्लो की त्योय बसी आसतल्यो आमच्योय बसी आसतल्यो सो आमी चलयता आमच्यो बसी ऑफकोर्स देर इज डिफिकल्टी वीच वी आर फेसिंग बट आय थिंक द डिफिकल्टी इज फॉर अस नॉट फॉर देम
दोन्ही चालू दवरतो ते बसी ओल्ड चालू आहा
आता सध्या चालू आहा
तुम्ही जे बस स्टॉप बांदला पळय ते पॅसेंजर फ्रेंडली ना असे आरोप जाल्ले आसा तेजें कितें सोल्यूशन
पळय आमी एक स्टँडर्ड बस स्टॉप केला there is some disagreement on some aspects between the KTC and the contractor. We are again sitting on the 2nd of May. most probably these disagreements will come. And
तुमचे पायप घातले तें बसपाक म्हणून उबे
ना ना
रावपाक.
आमचो स्टँडर्ड अप्रूव्ड बस स्टॉप आसा सो मार्केटा भायर आसा पळय तो सो आमी तो बस स्टॉप सगळ्याक इम्प्लिमेंट करतात. पायप काडपाक चड वेळ लागना पूण पायपा बद्दल ते सीट येवपाक मातसो वेळ लागता.
आतां पावसान कशें
No, we will see. There is some dispute which is going on. He has raised a dispute on some amount. I think the KTC is on it and they will clear that dispute. So.
Sir, out of these 48 buses, how many are disabled friendly? And are they
No, all buses are low floor. And all buses have a ramp which open outside. Right? So if a wheelchair bound person wants to go up and if a person who can climb a step goes up are two different things. So if a person cannot climb a high step, the buses tilt and get, it is a low floor. But if you want to board the bus with your wheelchair, each bus has a place for wheelchair inside and at the back the ramp will open. At that time you have to request. There are a couple people who request and the driver brings it down, stops the bus, brings it down, the wheelchair goes up and he closes the bus.
Sir, overall, if you go to see the scenario of this extension of the ceremony, so is it the revenue generation KTC model for getting revenue, what is feasible or is what is it?
See, there is a viability gap for all bus operations. How to reduce the viability gap is what is to be seen. Now the model is they have to buy the bus, they have to operate the bus and they quoted a kilometer. They are maintaining the bus. Their driver is theirs, they are operating the bus. Per kilometer for this running is costing 45 rupees per kilometer. For a big bus it is 47 rupees per kilometer. This is what we are paying. Because we are not running the operations, means the maintenance, the driver, all that is not ours. We are just seeing bought the bus and given.
Why I asked you because
No, let me complete. So when the per kilometer running is 45 rupees, the viability gap comes from the government. Same goes with KTC. The idea here is to reduce the viability gap because operations are not ours, it costs. And if I put a conductor, 10 rupees is added to the cost, so it will become 55 rupees a kilometer. The conductor costs 10 rupees per kilometer. But my point is, we have risen from a viability, from a earning per kilometer from 10 to 15 rupees when we started to 22 rupees in March. We are trying to bridge the gap. So if I get an earning of close to 25, 28 without a conductor, which is another 10 rupee saving, that means we are running a good operation. And this conductorless operation is first time in India. No other stage carrier has
So
done
you mean to
conductorless
say-
operation.
You mean to say that as far as this engine city is concerned, it is in profit?
I would not say, but I would say that we could, it is too early. First of all, we can still sort of bridge the gap.
No, why I'm saying is that every now and then the KTC chairman or KTC, we always run in loss. That's why I wanted to know.
So there is a viability gap funding for this also. It is too early to tell you what is the amount
Right now it is 18 rupees per kilometer.
per kilometer.
So any price hike on ticket?
No, as of now, no. As of now, no. We are thinking of toying on giving. We are already giving 10% discount on purchase of card. So if you give a digital payment, you get a discount of 10% over the ticket. So that is a plus. That is our discount. So over that we are not increasing anything.
सर ईव्ही चार्जिंग मशीन जे परवरी आहे ते फंक्शनेबल आहे
EV चार्जिंग मशीन दोन कडेनी हा परवरी आसा आणि कंपाल ग्राउंडा कडे दोन EV चार्जर्स आसात ते शॉर्ट टर्म चार्जर्स एडिशनल चार्जर्स केले सगळे चार्ज आहा नाजाल्यार ह्यो 40 बसी कश्यो चार्ज जातल्यो चार्ज जावपाक जाय न्ही
ओके सर फाट्या वरसून बसीस ज्यो वयता न्हू त्यो हेजे कडेन जिंजर हॉटेला कडेन अशें हंबल्स कशें आनी हेतून ज्यो बसी बॅक टू बॅक वयता न्हू ते भितरसून जेन्ना वयता तेन्ना ते फुडें तांकां लागता सो मेंटेनन्सान फुडें येवं शकता
एक 4-5 पॉयंट असे आसा आमी ते रेक्टिफाय करूंक सोदता कित्याक आमचे त्यो बसी ज्यो लो फ्लोर बसी आसा ते रेक्टिफिकेशनाक हाडल्या आनी एक पॉयंट आयल्लो की पाट्यार ज्यो बसी वता त्यो बेश्टोच टर्न करता आनी लोकांक डिले जाता पळय लोक बस स्टँडार सोडून मार्केटाक वचूंक सोदता 4 तरेच्यो बसी वता थंयसर सगळे 7 रूट थंय वता तूं पाट्याली बस कित्याक घेता आतां लोकांक हळू करपाक लागला पूण जे पाट्यार सावन मार्केटान वचूंक सोदता तांकां कित्याक तूं बस स्टँडार आपयता म्हणजे बस आतां सेंट्रल लायब्ररी सो मेनी पीपल यूज माय सर्वीस टू गो टू सेंट्रल लायब्ररी यूज बसेस टू गो टू ऑल दीस एरियाज सो दॅट रूट इज फॉर दोज पीपल
Sanjit, just deviating not from this some of these roads that you all have done after the smart city work. I think for cross trains they are dealing them up again. Is that being done by you all or by CCP?
I had promised myself that I would not take a question on that, but because it is Ashley, I would respond to you. No, he has very pointed questions. So my point to you is, no, someone else brought it up. Prudent got it up. They did a video. Point is, the drain when it is at a lower level, at the old road level, and it was there. So is that chamber. We are raising it to make it flush with the.
So you all are doing.
We are doing.
Not CCP.
No.
Okay, but my question was that. whether you
No,
all are
it is
doing-
part of the. It is part of our road infrastructure only. So everything will come to the surface,
Same level.
same level.
The smart city work continues.
So that will be over by monsoon, right? This drainage cleaning.
We'll talk about smart city some other time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That last satisfactory.
As we talk, it is going on.
Satisfactory.
Yes.
So still